Alright, and this is the last video I'm going to be doing tonight. And this one, we pick up where we left off. We got to costume design, makeup. My picks for makeup: Los Brazos Rotos, aka the love and the broken embraces, Avatar, District 9, The Informant, and The Hurt Locker. I think The Hurt Locker and Avatar are probably good contenders here. The Informant is kind of left field, and I'm willing to say Broken Embraces is really left field. District 9 actually is very likely to get this nomination. Very likely. I would be surprised, honestly, if it's not. I also consider A Serious Man something of a left field contender. Inglourious Basterds is a pretty good contender here. Lovely Bones, pretty good contender. Precious, I think Star Trek will probably end up getting a nod. So here I would say, if it's 3, it'll probably end up being Star Trek, District 9, and Avatar. If it's 5, The Hurt Locker will probably get one. And the next one I would like to say will go to The Informant. Well, probably they'll go to Inglourious Basterds. But the makeup bunch is a funny group, and they have a tendency to choose at least one really bad film, or one film that has a reputation for being bad, whether or not it actually is. So, yeah, there's a chance they could choose Jennifer's Body or something along those lines. I can tell you what won't get it, though. Watchmen will not be nominated. If they are, I'll be thoroughly shocked. Alright, Best Art Direction: Avatar, Up, The Lovely Bones, Public Enemies, and my number one pick, Where the Wild Things Are. Hate to say it here, Lovely Bones and Public Enemies are long shots in this category. I hate to say that. I personally think that they had incredible art direction, but the films just don't have the momentum behind them. More likely, a couple of the films that just missed my cut, Fantastic Mr. Fox has a very good shot here. Coraline has a good shot here. Watchmen has a decent shot. Not a good shot, but a decent shot. Up in the Air has a very good shot here. Inglourious Basterds, though, will probably get one of those spots. And In Education has a very good chance of it. So I'll say they'll probably go with Where the Wild Things Are, Up, Avatar, Inglourious Basterds, and In Education. Although, let me qualify that by saying that Up could just as easily be replaced by either Coraline or the Fantastic Mr. Fox, and it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Cinematography. Some gorgeous cinematography this year. There were some great choices. My picks are The Lovely Bones, Where the Wild Things Are, The Informant, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, and Avatar. Very probably going to be Avatar owns the category. It's guaranteed a win. But the other nominees, there's a very good chance that Half-Blood Prince will get this one. There's an extremely good chance that Where the Wild Things Are will get this one. Somehow I don't think The Informant and The Lovely Bones are likely to show up here. I would replace them with Inglourious Basterds and The White Ribbon, with a possibility of A Serious Man. Although it could very well go to some random artsy film that is totally not on my radar at the moment, or that I just haven't seen, and so I'm not familiar with the cinematography, But that's one of the reasons why I chose The White Ribbon, though, because that's the random artsy film, Original song. Most of my picks currently are songs that probably won't get nominated, and one of them is one I honestly hope doesn't get nominated, even though I pick it. I really, 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 really think highly of Linkin Park's New Divide. I think it's a great song. But it's from friggin' Transformers. So, in all honesty, it's one of the best songs of the year. But it's from Transformers, so I hope they pick something else. Almost There from Princess and the Frog is guaranteed a nomination. Through the Trees from Jennifer's Body probably won't get nominated, but it's a great song. Smoke Without Fire from An Education is an awesome song. Might get nominated mainly because that movie has a lot of momentum. But it's kind of likely to get edged out by songs that probably don't deserve it as much. And I admit I have not yet seen Duplicity, but I listened to the song from it, Being Bad, and I loved it, and that's my number one pick currently for the year. So a lot of people have actually been talking about Duplicity, which has surprised some people. That could be a way to show the movie some love. But Colorblind from Invictus is a very strong contender. Down in New Orleans from Princess and the Frog, very strong contender. Raining Sunshine from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, very strong contender. Haven't really seen too many of the, heard too many of theirs or listened to too many of theirs. 9,000 Days from Invictus is a chance at getting it. I'm going to say Almost There, Down in New Orleans, Colorblind, Smoke Without Fire, although it's probably going to be You've Got Me Wrapped Around Your Finger. That's also from An Education, but it's not as good. Because it's not as good, it'll probably get the nomination. And it's hard to call this. I'm just not familiar enough with the songs to truly call this category, but I'm willing to say those four are almost guaranteed a nomination. Part of me wants to see New Divide get it. I just don't want to see Transformers get it. Okay, original score. Bruno Calais' score for Coraline is awesome. My number one pick has to get a nomination. Might get a nomination. The other likely nominees, well, my other nominees, Where the Wild Things Are, The Informant, An Education, and Ponyo. I know that Where the Wild Things Are and An Education aren't even eligible here. I think most likely The Informant has a good chance. Coraline has a good chance. The Princess and the Frog will probably get a nomination here. Up might get a nomination, follow up its Golden Globe win. And The Fantastic Mr. Fox would be a great next one to get it. It's probably going to go to something else. Actually, from everything I've heard, Public Enemies has the strongest chance in this category. Which is weird, because I didn't really think, that music didn't really make much of an impression on me. But anyway, dang it. Okay, it looks like there will be one more post. Dang. Okay, one more after this, but first, before we do that, I still have seen only one documentary. It's Capitalism, a Love Story, and it's borderline calling that a documentary. It did not make the Oscar shortlist. I believe it was ruled ineligible. I have to double check that, but did not make the Oscar shortlist. I'm willing to bet The Beaches of Agnes and The Cove are going to get nominated. Beyond that, I don't remember the shortlist well enough, and having not seen any of them. And typically, documentary, the nominees include a couple of films no one really heard of. So, hard to call. But The Cove and Beaches of Agnes both very probably going to get it. Foreign language film is next, and I will have to come back to it.